Yo, what is going on, everybody? So, as you can see, finally figured this shit out, and in my opinion, this looks pretty clean. I think it looks pretty cool. I spent all fucking weekend trying to figure this shit out, and I made it one of my top priorities. Like I said, this weekend is just figure this out because I really, I enjoy playing Pokemon, and this is another experience or another game that I wanted to share with everybody. So this video is kind of a little special treat or whatever. It started off as a sample, but since this took so much work and time and editing and shit like that, I was like, okay, I gotta make this fucking worthwhile. And it has been 4 days since I actually put up a fucking video, so I decided to go ahead and put this guy up. So this is going to be showing, I know I got a nasty Torterra sweep and I got a Metagross sweep, and then I don't really remember what goes on in the last battle. I'm pretty sure it's just like a regular fucking battle or whatever, but yeah, so it's I know it's been a while. It's been like 4 days since I last uploaded something. I do work outside of doing this whole YouTube shit, but yeah, so sometimes I have long days, I have bad days and stuff like that, and I try to make time for this, but juggling a family and your work life, it can be pretty hectic or whatever. But I finally figured this out. Went ahead, bought a fucking HD camera, had this shit in the bathroom. I was like filming it and stuff in the dark, looking like a creeper, and then did some editing, and I thought it looked so fucking cool. So yeah, this is the result. So I hope you guys like it. Probably end up changing the background later on and stuff like that, but so yeah, so you're gonna see like you're gonna see like previews of this. I think this is like a, let's see, this is one of my fun teams. So I like turtles, tortoises, any kind of animal that looks like that. And I went ahead and I was playing this guy. So the guy I'm playing, he was like, I worked with him. He was like really hyping himself up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, man, you play Pokemon?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I dabble." I'm like being modest. I'm always modest. I never like to brag because, it's like a really bad feeling when you brag and then you get fucked up and you're like, "Oh shit!" It's like an even worse feeling. So I'm like, "Okay, yeah," and I'm being modest. I'm like, I play. And he's like, "Oh well, you should play me. We should play online." So I'm like, okay, he's like bragging, each day that passed by that we didn't battle, he would brag. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, when Black and White came out, I got this team that was 67-2, and like to me, when you have a rating like that online, that's like fucking, in my opinion, that's like fucking really amazing, because when you play online, you're playing against like everybody, depending on what kind of mode that you're playing in, singles, doubles, triples, what have you. But that's like a really good record. And I remember going on there and facing off against like Japanese and people from Mexico and shit like that, and I was getting wrecked, and I was like, what the fuck? And like, I'm a veteran player. Like, I breed my Pokemon, I put EVs into them, I EV train them. I do everything I can. They have like good moves and shit like that. I'm not like running a Blastoise with growl and water gun and shit like that. I like to say my dudes are legit. But I ended up facing off this guy, and then here it is, right here. This is gonna be the Torterra sweep. So I think he lets me set up. I pull off a rock polish, which basically doubles my speed, and then he's holding on to a life orb. So a life orb basically boosts your attack. I think it's like by 25%. I'm not sure, but it comes at a cost. So you're gonna be strong as fuck, but you gotta pay a little bit. You gotta pay a little bit of your life in return. You know what I'm saying? So he does that, and I'm surprised that Lopunny, the Mega, it's probably because it was Mega, he survived 2 earthquakes. It's like a stab earthquake. That's life orb boosted. But I'm gonna keep losing health, but I'm gonna end up like sweeping through this guy's team. Like this Metagross gone, and I think I had Stealth Rock out. Let me see if he takes some damage. Yep. So I got Stealth Rock out from my guy Torco at the beginning, who's underused, by the way. I'm trying to represent him and stuff out there. So yeah, this dude is done. And the reason I had that Stealth Rock out there is because that is supposed to basically get rid of any of those fools that are holding like Focus Sash and shit like that, or have abilities that allow them to survive a one-hit KO. But since I have that, yeah, this is pretty much a wrap. So this is a pretty good example of a sweep from Torterra. if you know for his set, it's basically the rock polish set. Thought it was pretty cool. So you're probably, yeah, none of these guys are gonna, none of these fools are gonna last. They're pretty much, they're gonna go down. Oh, you know what? This weekend, I ended up going to Comic-Con. They had a Comic-Con over here, and I went in there, and there was a vendor there selling like a bunch of Japanese shit, and they happened to have like, you know, amongst all the knickknacks and toys, they had the old Japanese, like the original Japanese versions of the games, and I have all of them, but I've always, you know, I have all the North American releases, but I've always wanted to have in my collection the original Japanese versions, you know, just so I can have them. And I finally got a hold of them, so they look so fucking cool. I'm gonna end up doing a video of me like trying to play through them things, because like everything's in Japanese. The sprites are different. The sprites look nothing like the North American sprites, so some of the Pokemon look different. The music is the same, but I think it looks really fucking cool. So I might pop that bitch in my Super Game Boy and put it on the Super Nintendo, and then play that mug and like see how it turns out. But it's gonna be really cool. Oh, right here is an example of Metagross Sweep. This Metagross, I think, so if you were looking, it used Earthquake. Earthquake didn't kill me because it wasn't a stab from the Drapion. So now I have my weakness policy go off, which is the held item. So basically, if you get hit by a super effective move, you get to shit. Yeah, so it doubles your attack and your special attack. But what I like to do is if I know I'm going to survive a hit, I'll go ahead and I'll use agility. So now that's going to double my speed. So if I survive, now I'm faster than everything and I'm stronger than everything. So this Metagross is pretty much just like how the Torterra was just wrecking shop. This Metagross is going to do the same exact thing. Like it's not even funny. Okay, so he's gonna Mega. This is his attempt to try to take out my Metagross, but it's not gonna work because I'm just so fast. Yep, Hammer Arm. So this Metagross, I like to run weakness policy. I build him with all attack, all speed, because you know that I want those two stats buffed up. And I keep him with Meteor Mash. I keep him with Zen Headbutt, Hammer Arm, and then Agility. So a lot of people run Earthquake on their Metagrosses. I had to sacrifice that if I wanted this set to work out. So, you know, I built him for speed, and I want him to be faster than everything. That way, when his shit activates, he can just fucking wreck shop. Now, I don't remember what the third battle was about. Let me see. I don't even know. Okay, so I'm just kind of going through all the replays. I got some really interesting replays too. I might put one up. Basically, I went against this guy. He had a team. I call them Hackmons. And basically a Hackmon, or you know, for this example, a Hackmon is basically a team of Pokemon that is just super illegal. So this guy had Pokemon with moves they weren't supposed to have. He had Pokemon with abilities that they weren't supposed to have. Just like super broken shit, and I had like a really hard time taking any of those fools out. Like I was able to KO maybe one or two, but everything else, it was just, oh man, it was just a fucking slaughterhouse. It was like not even funny. So I ended up building, you know, because I'm old school. Like, you know, I've been playing this shit since 1998 when it first released in the States. So I have like a huge how do you say it, a huge love for the original 151. Like those are the true OGs, and you know, I carry, like I play with a lot of those old school guys. So I went ahead and I built a team of 6, and I'm trying to get on the VGC rules so I can start playing, you know, professionally or competitively and stuff like that, so I can start playing online. So I built a team of 6 dudes from the original 151, and I never used to use legendaries and stuff like that because I was like, oh man, that's kind of cheap. You know, anybody can play with legendaries. But I made one exception for a motherfucking Zapdos, because I seen this guy and I seen the sets and all that stuff, and it is just so fucking dirty. Like it just looks so cool. It does like it can do a lot of things. So I thought it'd be a good idea, you know, just to suck it up. You know, if everyone else is using one, why can't I? You know. So I went ahead and I built one, and got some old school guys. You know, I always have a fucking Blastoise, like always. You know, that 1998 when this shit first came out, and I had a fucking blast. You know, I picked Squirtle. You know, that thing's been with me since day one. I don't have the original, you know, the transfer up and shit like that, but in every game I always make it like my first priority to get a fucking Squirtle. But you know, since I have so many fucking games and DSs, I can just pull a Squirtle from any one of my games. You know, by no means am I like I want to say like a new player or you know, with Pokemon and stuff like that. Like a lot of people just raise teams and they just, you know, they just battle, you know, like a lot of the younger kids nowadays. But all my dudes, I take strategy into mine. You know, I go ahead and I EV train, you know, breed my Pokemon for IVs. You know, I think I do have like a couple of my guys have perfect 6 IV stats. You know, that basically now they're basically considered like a perfect Pokemon. You know, I do lots of breeding. Like I know on my Pokemon Y, I have over 430 hours, and that's just from breeding, trading, playing the game, you know, playing online and stuff like that, doing the little tournaments. You know, I invested like a lot of time into those games. It's just, I just love it. I can just pick it up and play it, and you know, it can just take me back to like a nostalgic point of view just playing these damn games. But I hope, like, if anyone's watching, they can get some kind of ideas, kind of see some of these sets in action. But oh, you know what? Another thing I forgot to mention. I noticed I got fucking 30 subscribers. Like, I don't know how I ended up getting 30 subscribers, but I mean, fuck, man, it's like I'm growing little by little. But a lot of my videos are getting like, they're getting more. I'm getting more views than I am subscribers. So that means somebody's watching, or I'm doing something right. So I just want to say thanks, you know, for all my subscribers. I mean, you guys are the, you know, one of the other reasons that keeps me going. You know, try to put these videos out. I just, like I said, just want to say thanks for watching my dumbass videos and stuff like that. And I hope you guys enjoy the commentary. So sometimes I go back and just kind of do like a little Q&A, a QA check on my videos to make sure they're good to go, or whatever. And sometimes I laugh, you know. But just really glad that a lot of you guys are liking this, and I received a lot of feedback. Really good feedback, so I'm just trying to improve the way I do these. I ended up getting like a new fucking mic. I bought this HD camera. You know, I'm slowly but surely along the way figuring all this shit out. But you know, back aside, you know, that aside, you know, back to this motherfucking video. You see, I got my Blastoise just wrecking shop on this annoying ass Umbreon. It just took, you know, a water spout. I think I was at full health. Let me see. Probably gonna hit himself. Yep. I fucking hate getting confused. I'd rather be paralyzed than fucking confused. And then what is he doing? Bite? Okay, he's still confused. Please hit him. Okay, Aura Sphere. So I don't know why. I guess I wanted to see how much damage I can output if I did the fucking the water spout. And water spout only does lots of fucking damage only if you're at full health, or as long as you're in the green. So yeah, I finished that. But you know, I'm getting to the end of the video. Hope you guys like this. Thanks for watching. Definitely gonna put out more. And if you like it, subscribe, like it, do whatever the fuck you want. Until next time, see ya.